Hi, my name is Amber Grayford, and I'm a chief at Wilderness Way Camp School, and I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I've been at camp about 8 months and been working with the group for about 2 months. And basically my mission at camp was, the Lord called me here. It definitely isn't something that you choose to do on your own. God definitely calls you to camp. I was going to do missions work in South Korea actually after I graduated from college, but God called me here. And basically my mission is to be Jesus to these girls that are hurting, to be the hands and feet that God has called us to be. Keeping a faith to ourselves isn't really much good, and we're supposed to bring it out to the world and bring it out to those that are hurting. And so that's my mission, is to be Jesus to those that are hurting and who haven't had the chance maybe to hear him before or don't understand him. There's lots of programs out there to do that, but there's none like camp that go face to face with a girl, that you live with the girl 24/7, that we're able to be an example and not just preach to them, but truly live out day to day what we believe. And it was kind of neat because the girl said that a couple nights in powwow in our little evening evaluation. She said, "Man, Chief, you guys really live out what you believe. You really live out what you say, and that means a lot to us." And that meant a lot to me. It's worth more than any paycheck to hear that from a girl who's been arrested or had drug problems in the past. And so it's just really a neat opportunity, and I'm very, very honored and blessed to be part of it. A lot of people ask about education at camp. If they're not in school, aren't they going to fall behind? They're going to get behind in their grade level? Because most girls are here for, the average stay is 1.5 years. It's kind of a long time. But the reality of it is the girls that come to camp are not doing well in school. Where they are now, they're either not going, or they've been expelled, or they're just not doing any school. And so they really can't get much more behind than they already are. And at camp, we actually learn a lot. Most girls actually go above and beyond when they get back in school. They learn a whole lot, mostly because their attitudes change, mostly because they want to learn and they see the value in learning and they're interested in it. And then secondly, they do a lot of schoolwork here. We write articles every week, and so the girls write about things that they did or things that they learned, and we turn those in every week. They write plans and menus. We have to decide what we're going to eat on our cookout days, and so they have to do math to be able to figure out how many pounds of turkey are we going to need, how many pounds of grapes we're going to need, and so they do a lot of math there. We do lots of things in share time. We have a share time where we basically go back and forth with different stories. We talk about the Civil War. For a while there during Thanksgiving, we were talking about the Pilgrims, and they learned more about the Pilgrims, I think, than they would have learned in any history class, to be honest. We learned a lot then. So the girls do learn a lot, they grow a lot, and their behavior and their whole attitude changes towards education. There are a lot of different ministries that will reach out to hurting girls or hurting people, but none of them do it quite like camp does. Camp is really unique in that we're with the girl 24/7. We're with her all the time. They go home every 6 weeks. But other than that, it's the same person. It's the same chief that's with them constantly. Chief goes off for 2 days, but there's 2 chiefs that are always with them. And that's able to build a really good relationship with the girl, and it's not just staff coming in to monitor them or to monitor what they're doing. It's a personal relationship that they're building with a role model that they can follow. Also, camp uses group work. We don't just send them to school or send them to somewhere. They use the group to help decide discipline. We don't really discipline at camp. The group decides what to do. So if we're throwing a fit and not listening, then we're not going to get to supper, and that's just kind of how it's going to be. And so the group decides, guys, what do we need to do? Do we need to talk about this more? Do we need to help her with this problem? And so we use a lot of group work. It's not adults telling the kids what the problem is. That doesn't work because that's why they're here. They don't listen to adults. And so with the group, they're able to listen to their peers a lot more and be able to trust them a lot more. It makes a lot more progress. Yeah, one of the neatest parts about being a chief is being able to see the fruit of your work. And usually you don't see it right away. It takes a long time for a girl to come around. But it was neat because actually a couple weeks ago, one girl came to me during actually like a bathroom break, and she was like, "Chief, I need to talk to you on the side. I need to talk about something." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And so she starts talking to me, and she was just really frustrated and angry. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she was like, "Man, I just want to be saved. Can you help me get saved, Chief?" And I was like, "Of course, sure." And so that night we prayed with her, and she was able to accept the Lord into her heart, and it was just really a neat step for her and in her life.